Hi everyone, I'm Teresa.
I'm David.
We're retired and road tripping, and we are excited. We are outside of Baxter Springs, Kansas. We are starting our third video here in the area. We are completing the Frontier Military Road Byway in Kansas that we started a year ago.
Yep.
Okay, we were in Kansas a year ago at Thanksgiving week. So let me turn this around. So here is the military road that we're talking about, the Frontier Military Historic Byway. That included Fort Scott. We were up at Fort Scott, and then there was a massacre at Benny's, I forget what it was called. And then there was a state historical site. There was a battlefield.
Yep.
Okay, so here we're gonna be looking at Fort Blair historical site. Quad Trails Raiders dressed up as Union soldiers, and they attacked Fort Blair. And so we're gonna go see that. And there's a monument out at the cemetery we're gonna see. We're gonna start with the historical museum that's in Baxter Springs first. We appreciate y'all hanging with us.
October 6, 1863, General James Blunt and about 100 men were near Baxter Springs by William Contrail, and several hundred Confederates masquerading as Union troops. As Blunt's band was preparing a musical salute, the enemy fired. This surprise attack prevented organized resistance, and though Blunt escaped, 9/10 of his men were killed. The raiders also attacked James Pond, and 95 men encamped at the springs. This force was likewise caught off guard, but resisted until the enemy retired. These battle sites are in present Baxter Springs, and some of the victims are buried in the National Cemetery, 1 mile west of town.
We've arrived. We're here at the Baxter Springs Heritage Center and Museum. We have been here before, but we're going to grab some video this time and a map. I have a collection of arrowheads. Wow.
Look at this. This is the old yellow trucking. See? Back in the 40s and the 50s. And the uniforms those guys wore. I remember those trucks when I worked at Gasper's in the mid-80s.
Boy Scouts. Inside the museum now, have a little log cabin. Well, I don't even know if it's a replica. It might be the real thing. I don't know. Let's see here. Baxter Springs Brewery. German immigrant knew there would be a demand for his product. Massive building was constructed of brick and yellow sandstone. After the cattle boom, Zeppelin abandoned the building, moved to Joplin, made a fortune in mining. Here it is. Down there looks like a bridge they brought over.
There's a built east of the Lowell Cemetery, 1870s.
This log cabin was built east of the Lowell Cemetery in the 1870s. R.A. Hibbert built it as a home for his brother-in-law's family. Kent Lynch purchased the property and donated it to the Historical Society in memory of Marcia Lynch. All right, we are heading, we're going to the cemetery next, right, Dave?
Yeah, unless you want to drive over there and get a date on that bridge.
Okay. This museum right here is amazing. I told the lady that I wish we had more time to stay in there. I've never seen so much memorabilia of so many different eras of American history. I highly, highly recommend this. Get you a look at the museum hours. Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 4:30. Sunday, 1 to 4. Free admission and no pets. It's amazing and it's worth your time. We just left the historical museum. It's like right over there, this little park. Spring of 1849, John Baxter and his wife, 8 children moved to this site and built an inn, general store, and offered food and lodging to travelers who passed along the military road. Baxter was a colorful character, a speculator, businessman, gun-toting preacher. Tragedy ended the life of this first citizen when he was killed in a shootout over a land dispute. Baxter Springs was incorporated in 1868, having been named for its first settler in the springs that flow near his home. Now, we're at Fort Blair. Okay, here's a little replica. This is where the fort was getting ready for a musical tribute, and Quantrill and his raiders were dressed up as Union soldiers and attacked them, killed many of them. We're gonna go to the military cemetery next. Show you the marker that they have out there in tribute. But we wanted to show you this. Fort Blair, that this is all that's left. This little park. Here's another little, the west wall, the breastworks had been removed the day before the attack in order to enlarge it, to make room for more than 100 additional cavalry troops. That's why the raiders were able to get in. David's found something over here. Dave, what have you found over here?
Whole little write-up's all etched in stone here about the Battle of Fort Blair and the Colored Brigade. And here's the Battle of Baxter Springs.
Oh yeah, while there was, well, not while, but in addition to the battle that happened at Fort Blair, yep, Quantrill and his same raiders attacked a group that was at Baxter Springs. Yep. And I just told Dave that while we're walking to the Jeep, getting ready to go to the cemetery, I just read on the museum up there, yep, that Baxter Springs did have a springs, but they think that it dried up. Yeah, the Baxter Springs, real springs, too much mining in the area dried up the springs.
And all these battles happened within 3 days of each other, 4th through the 6th.
Yep. All right, we are gonna head to the Baxter Springs Cemetery, show you the markers that they have. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm okay. You gotta watch those leaves. I just fell off the curb, but I'm okay. All right, we're at the last stop here at the cemetery. Talks about the victims of the Fort Blair, which we just were there, and the Battle of Baxter Springs, which was the second battle of Quantrill's raiders attacked that other party, caught them off guard.
Yep.
This whole lot right here is dedicated to the Baxter Springs soldiers. Show you this memorial right here. An end to this video. We're at Baxter Springs. This is video number 3. We have completed the Frontier Military Road. We showed you that map at the Historical Museum. Yep. We have playlist for, I'm gonna make a playlist of this. So, yep, Dave's got the map right there. What do you think about all this history right here in Baxter Springs area, Dave?
It's something else right here in the tri-state area with the mining and military stuff. And Cowtown and all that. It's just amazing how that everything that happened through here in the last 100 and some odd years.
And you know, I thought that it was stretching it trying to get 3 videos out of Baxter Springs area, but we could have done 4 because we just found out that Laura Ingalls Wilder has something over in Coffeyville, Kansas.
On the other side of Coffeyville, Kansas, but that's an hour and a half away.
Yeah, it's too far for us to go for this trip, so we're gonna put that on our list of something we can return for.
Yep.
We've got the Baxter Springs Campground and the Schermerhorn Park video. We've got the Route 66 Baxter Springs video, and we've got this one, the Frontier Military Highway, and just history.
We got to bring our grandson back for the Route 66 so he can see Mater and
cars and Lightning McQueen,
Doc Hudson, Lightning McQueen, and the Luigi, the little fast-changing NASCAR tire changing car.
We Snapchat videoed him from there, and he couldn't believe that we were here. He has no idea where we are. He doesn't know what Kansas means. He just knows that we're where the cars were, so he was all giddy and screaming.
Yep.
All right, Dave, anything else you want to add to this video?
Nothing I can think of right now. There's just lots of history in this whole tri-state area.
Lots of history. All right, if there's nothing else, America's beautiful. Get out and see it.
Like and subscribe if you want to.
We'll see you on the road.